All right, let's just admit it. We are all swimming, maybe even drowning, in information, right? It's just chaos. But what if I told you that new AI is starting to act like a personal map maker, one that can find clarity in all that noise? Yeah, that's what we're diving into.
You know that feeling, right? You're scrolling, and it's just this endless, disconnected stream of, well, of everything. One second, you're reading some heavy news story. The next, something totally random. It's like this constant digital whiplash, and we all feel it.
I mean, what even is this? We actually pulled this from a real music video transcript. It's just the word heat repeated over and over and over. It's abstract, it's disorienting, and honestly, it's the perfect little taste of the digital chaos I'm talking about.
So your brain is trying to make sense of that, and then, bam, you get hit with this, a super, super technical phrase from some AI tool's website. We literally just went from abstract art to dense tech jargon in like a millisecond.
And to complete the whiplash, we get this. A really specific, super local claim from a news site in Hawaii. Now, believe it or not, these last three things, they're all from the sources for this explainer. And they perfectly frame the big problem, don't they? How on earth are you supposed to connect these dots and make sense of it all?
Well, for a long, long time, we humans have had a pretty trusty tool for trying to bring some order to this kind of chaos and structure our most complex thoughts.
And it's the good old mind map. I bet you've made one of these before, right? You start with that main idea in the middle, and then you just branch out, visually connecting all the related concepts. It's the classic, totally human-powered way to get your thoughts in order.
And look, modern mind mapping software has gotten seriously powerful. These tools can pull in news feeds, hook into your email, all sorts of cool stuff. But you see the catch, right? With all of these, you are still the one doing the heavy lifting. You have to find the connections. You have to build the map. The work is on you.
But now AI is stepping in and completely changing the game. Think of it this way. It's like we've gone from trying to draw a map of a city by walking around on foot to suddenly getting a live, high-res satellite view of the entire landscape of our information, all at once.
And that is the fundamental shift. See, when you do it manually, your map is totally limited by what you already know and how much time you have. But with AI, the tool itself is doing the analysis. It's digging through everything and finding the hidden patterns for you. And it's doing it instantly, showing you connections you never, ever would have seen on your own.
So this has unlocked a whole new class of tools. We're talking about systems that can digest pretty much anything. Articles, audio clips, videos, entire websites, and then instantly spit out summaries or even find the gaps in your own research. But you know what the real magic is? Traceability. Every single insight it gives you is linked right back to where it came from in the source. No more, wait, where did I read that? It's a huge deal.
Okay, so let's make this feel real. We found the perfect case study. It's a website that is the living embodiment of that information chaos we saw at the beginning. It's this fascinating, kind of weird and wonderful site called The Big Island Reporter.
This quote is straight from their own site guide. They've got a really bold mission to pull in news from all over and root out the truth. Sounds pretty standard, right? Well, just wait. As you're about to see, their idea of what the news spectrum even is, let's just say, unique.
Yep, you're reading that right. Their news spectrum isn't just your typical left, right, and center. They also include up and down. And that is our first big clue that we're dealing with something a little unconventional here. It's a place that's clearly mixing the very real and grounded with the super abstract.
So on one hand, this site is just deeply, wonderfully Hawaiian. You dive in and find these incredible descriptions of volcanoes and rainforests. You find deep explorations of culture like hula and local music, and then really practical stuff like real estate listings. It feels so rooted in a specific place and that aloha spirit. But then you click around the site's navigation and you find this. It's like a totally different planet. Tech news, AI tools, a chat bot, a section on space/sky, and even a category just called Vision. What? It's this wild, completely unpredictable mix. So the big question is, what happens when you feed all of this beautiful chaos into one of these new AI tools?
All right, this is the payoff. This is where we see the magic happen, where the AI takes that crazy jumble of Hawaii and tech and art and vision and actually turns it into something clear, something we can understand and even use.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Listen to this. We found this Reddit user, a microbiology student, who said they'd spent hours messing around with other programs. But with one of these new tools, they said, just off the first try, it gave me such a great map. That's it, right there. That's the aha moment we're talking about.
Or check out this workflow another user shared. This is so cool. They literally just copy-paste a bunch of scattered junk from their social media feeds right into the tool. Then they tell the AI, hey, list the most important stories here. And then they get it to generate a personal podcast reporting on those stories. I mean, come on, that is turning raw noise into a usable signal, right there in front of you.
And if you happen to be a visual learner, this stuff can be a total game changer. As one YouTuber put it, being able to see all those concepts broken down is just a really powerful tool. And that's the key. The goal isn't just about finding an answer anymore. It's about actually seeing and understanding the structure of the information itself.
And that right there is the ultimate promise, taking a whole world of beautiful complexity, like our friends at the Big Island Reporter, and instantly finding those hidden connections. Instant clarity.
So let's zoom out for a second. What does all of this really mean for us? Because this isn't just about a few cool new apps. This is a genuinely fundamental shift in how we interact with knowledge itself. Think about it. For the last 20 years, we've all been trained in what's called information retrieval. You go to a search engine, you ask a question, and you get back that list of 10 blue links. And then what? Well, the real work, the work of actually making sense of it all, that's left completely up to you. The new way, that's information synthesis. We can now just hand the AI a big, messy pile of data and say, here, make sense of this for me.
And if there's one thing you take away today, it should be this. We are moving from search engines to synthesis engines. The goal is shifting. It's no longer just about finding stuff, it's about truly understanding it. And this brings us full circle right back to that wonderfully weird website from Hawaii. Because when the world of information isn't a simple line from left to right, but instead goes up, down, and everywhere in between, being able to map those connections becomes absolutely vital. So it leaves us with a pretty big question for the future, doesn't it? As these tools get incredibly good at mapping out what is being said, how will we as humans use them to map what's actually true?